Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar on Introduction to Quantitative Algos. Today, we are going to discuss about the new algos that are available. These are execution algos, and I'm going to take up two algos strategies today. That is Candle Breakout and Candle Breakout Advance. And I'll be showing you the parameters, how to add these parameters, and the details of this particular strategy. So let us begin with the setting up of the strategy parameters and execute some trades. So to add this particular algos, there are two types of algos that are available. One is visual algos and non-visual algos. Visual algos are something which you can execute from the chart itself. So the visual algos are something like candle breakout and also based on patterns. And non-visuals are again based on certain time range calculations and based on the watch list as well. So let's start with the basic one, which is the candle breakout. I will explain the settings first, and then we will do a couple of examples for each and every algo that is available. So in this particular example, I have, let me put a particular stock symbol, and I will add QTA candle breakout strategy. So in this, we have multiple settings here. So let me explain the settings one by one. So first parameter is trade up breakout, which means that you're going to execute a trade on a breakout of a upside of that particular candle that you select. Down breakout is trade on the downside. So if the candle that you selected and the price breaks out from that candle on the downside, the trade will execute. Quantity is the quantity that you would like to trade. Strategy end or square of time. So this is a time where if at all you have existing positions open under this strategy, at this particular time, all the existing positions will be automatically closed. And if you are not executed any trades until this particular time, beyond this time, the no new trades will be executed. Then we have stop loss settings. So in this stop loss setting, there are multiple parameters. So you can check one is none, which means you do not want to put any stop loss. Percentage and point. So if you want to put a stop loss in percent, you can put in percent or in points. Price is something that you need not use it because you cannot predefine a particular price. But if you want, that option is available. But you can avoid that particular option. Next option that we have is amount. Amount means you can quantify your profit or loss in terms of value. So if you want to put a stop loss for 500 rupees or 1000 rupees, you will be able to put that. Then there are two other options, which is previous candle high low, which means suppose you're using this particular strategy on this candle. So previous candles low or high will become your stop loss. Okay. So the next option that you have is candle range multiplier. So if the candle range is say 5 points, and you can select the multiplier. So you want the stop loss to be 1x the candle. So which means that automatically the low of that particular candle becomes a stop loss if you have a buy position, and high becomes a stop loss if you have a sell position. If you do, there are multiple predefined options available. So you have half X, 1, 1.52, and 2.5, but you can also use custom as well. So you can put your own value and do it. Then there's an option given for the trailing stop loss. If you want to trail your stop loss, you can enable this particular functionality. As in when the trade comes in your favor, this stop will trail by based on ticks. So the trailing happens on a tick by tick basis. So as in when the market comes in your favor, the trail will start moving. The stop loss will start trailing up or downwards, depending on which side your positions are. Then you have the option for take profit. The similar options that are available that are in the stop loss. None means you do not want to put a stop loss, take profit. You can put a take profit in percentage points. You can say specify price and price value as well, or the amount in terms of absolute value, and the previous candle high low and candle multiplier. Okay, so I will start now doing one trade based on this. So I will use the up breakout and down breakout both. Okay, I select the quantity as 10. keep the time as 3 p.m. In this particular case, I'm taking 3 points as my take profit. I will enable trailing. In the case of take profit, I will select percentage. In that percentage, I will put say 0.25%. So I have the option. I can decide stop loss in terms of one parameter and take profit using another parameter. So now that I've selected trade up breakout as well as down breakout, which means whatever candle that I select, the trade will take place in both the direction. But remember, if at all you have a trade in one direction, okay, say buy side, you already have a trade under this particular algo, and the market breaks the downside, it will not execute a trade on the other side because you already have an open position. So to execute a trade on the other side, there should not be any open positions under this particular strategy. So that is to protect that you will not exit automatically based on other parameters. So the exit will happen based on your preset parameters. So now let's yeah, in the case of points, I've selected 3 points. In terms of take profit, I've selected 0.25% as a take profit, and I've selected trailing stop loss. So now let's go and select a particular candle that I want. So now in this case, I have enabled the strategy manager on the right side here. So you can see the chart on the left side, strategy manager on the right side, and my trading related activity order book panels on the at the bottom. I can select any candle in the past other than the current candle. I can select any candle in the past. So for example, if I select this particular candle or this particular candle, there is no restriction on what candle you can select other than the current active candle. So we can select even this candle or even select this candle. So let's say for this particular example, let's select this candle because there are better chances of executing this trade quickly. So I will select this candle. To select this candle, you need to click Control and double click on the chart on that particular candle. Okay. So market mood. Wait, I have not selected the candle. Just a second. And to unselect, suppose you have selected a particular candle. Let's say I will select first one candle. Suppose you selected this candle and your algo is working now for this particular candle. The moment you click on this candle, the candle will start showing you a white color as a body. So which means that this is your selected candle. But you do not get any opportunity and you want to switch over to another candle. All you have to do is to click Alt click and double click. Alt key and click on the chart. Automatically, it will unselect this particular candle. So now again, you can go back and select the candle that you want. So let's say I will go and select this candle and double click. Now you can see that the previous instance of the strategy stopped working and now the new strategy is working for this particular candle. So all the candle parameters of this particular candles are available here. So you can see what exactly is happening, where exactly the trigger will happen. All this information is available. So you can see now the market broke this particular candle's low and it executed a trade with the sell trade. Okay. Now you can see the profit as well as profit details here. You can also see the stop loss on the top and the take profit at the bottom here. These are all local stop loss and take profit levels. Let's see, you have a stop loss now at 173.05 and take profit is at 1167.10. So as and when the trade starts favoring me, you will see that the stop will start trailing. Okay, now a couple of things that you need to remember here is in case if you are switching this particular interval to interval, then what will happen is that this particular strategy will be continuously working. Okay, so you'll have to be careful. So if at all you're switching, already having a position and switching to a different interval, there is no problem. Strategy will continue to work. But if you are switching to an interval and the indicator is already there on the chart, then you'll have to reload that particular chart once again before you take a trade. So you have the option reload history server. During this particular strategy, if at all you want to modify your stop loss, take profit, you can manually do that, and everything will move from that level. So let's say, for example, market is here now, and if I bring down my take profit to this level, now if the price starts favoring me from this level, it will start trailing the stop loss from this level. So if the now the price is still against me right now, from the time I modified the stop loss. So you can see now the mark, as and when the market starts favoring me from this level, the stop will keep changing. So you have the option of modifying the top stop loss, take profit whenever you want. So your take profit is at this level. I can modify that as well. So if you have any questions regarding this particular strategy, you can ask your questions on the chat. So I will continue to answer as and when the trade is happening. So to execute any trades from our platform, you definitely need a broker integration. So any broker, wherever we are connected, you can execute this trade. These are all broker neutral strategies. We do not tie down to any particular broker. So whichever broker that we support, you can connect and execute these strategies using, if you have the license for this particular indicator. So the market is not favoring me; it is going against. So let us exit this particular trade. I will trail my stop loss further down. I just want to show more examples so that, I don't want to be in this particular trade for the time being. Let's exit this trade so that, we'll show maybe an option example as well. So you can see the stop loss got exited, but the strategy is still working. The reason for strategy is still working is because we selected both the direction. So if the market, now the trade was taken place on the downside, if the market comes back to this level, okay, and starts moving higher, it will also take the upside direction as well. So you can also stop the strategy manually. For the time being, I'm stopping this. But remember, if at all you selected both the direction, it will take one trade on the one side and another trade on the other side. So if the market comes back again to this particular range and starts going up, it will start taking a buy trade. Since we already taken a sell trade on the, so it won't take a sell trade once again. So for the time being, I'm stopping this particular strategy. So you can see that the strategy status will be visible out here. Now let me modify the parameters and execute a different strategy. Let's say I will take profit in percentage, say 0.5%, and take profit as candle multiplier, 2x the candle multiplier. So I can choose whichever option that I want. So now again, I can go back and select the candle. Say, let's say I select this candle. So to select a candle, you need to click on Control key and select that candle. So the buy trade happened now. So you can see that it placed the stop loss 1% below and take profit in terms of a candle range multiplier. So I use 2x the candle range. So automatically it took 2x the candle range multiplier as my take profit. And you can see that strategy is still working here and all the parameters are available. If I want to modify the stop loss or take profit, I can do that. So I'll increase my stop loss to higher level so that we can discuss more examples. Now, after this, I will show one example in options, and then we will move to another indicator. So you can see I moved the stop loss to a higher level, so which was from 1165.85 to 1172.10. Sorry, 1170.95, and then you can see that from that level onwards, whenever the price favored me, the stop started moving higher because I've selected the trailing option. Okay, let's bring down the take profit level and try to exit this trade once. Okay, so the trade got exited. Again, this algo is still working because I have selected both the directions. So I'll stop this now. Let's move to another symbol. So we will look at some option symbol. Okay, so let's do some trading option now. So this is a Nifty or Nifty for 24,750 put option that I'm taking right now. So I'm not going by any specific strategy or any kind of this thing. I just want to show the examples. So I will use only the up breakout now because I'm trading options. And in this particular account, I have a limited margin. So I will use only the buy side of the trade on the in the options. I will select quantities one. Stop loss in terms of percentage, I will take it as 20%. Take profit also in 20%. And this time I'm not selecting the trailing option. So now I have the option of selecting whichever candle that I want, depending on what candle I want to trade. Say, let's say I will select this candle. So now the trade got executed and it placed the 20% stop loss as well as take profit. Since I have not placed the trailing stop loss, so the stop loss will remain at this level. It won't move. So one of the things that we have added in this particular, along with this particular strategy, is that there is an inside bar candle, right? So most of the time, what happens when the market moves to a particular level, if the market is continuously rising or falling, you will also see an inside bar candle. So you can use that particular inside bar candle as your candle breakout strategy. That is one of the way where you could have a better risk reward. Another thing that you can also do is you can also color the strategy based on the candle size. So there is something called candle breakout candle identifier, wherein you can set a particular candle having the size less than say 1% or half percent or 0.25%. So this way, what will happen is that you will be able to look at very small candle, and then you can do a breakout trade based on that. So market has to move either direction at any given point of time. So selecting a very small candle can also be a very good, can provide a very good risk reward for this particular strategy that you trade. So you can add this here. The selection here is you can select whatever percentage that you want. So say 1%, less than 1% or less than say 5%. 5%, there are too many candles. So yeah, so you can select a candle which is less than 2%. So the chances of breaking either direction from that particular candle are very high. So you may hit a stop loss on one side of the trade, but if the market moves at the other side of the candle, there is a possibility that you may gain a lot from the one-sided move that happens. So for example, if we are traded this particular candle, market didn't break the downside, but it one-sided, it moved. So it gave a move of almost 5%. Okay. So similarly, here also, if you had used this particular candle, you would have got a move, quick move. Here you would have hit a stop loss on the one side, but you could probably now you could see uh, market moving in the other direction. Then you probably have a higher risk reward. So you can use these tools. So there is another option that you have is the inside bar. So you can use the inside bar candle to identify wherever there is an inside bar, it will highlight that. So let's see here. Yeah, this is a bar candle. So if you had done a trade based on this particular candle, you would have got one-sided move in this particular trade. So this is how you could identify possible trading opportunities and use a trade candle breakout strategy. So the strategies are not new specific to any symbol, right? So this particular strategy, candle breakout strategy, works for any symbol that you want to trade. It could be cash market, it could be futures options. Okay. Only thing, it may not work with MCX for the simple reason is that these all orders are executed at market. If your broker do not allow market orders in MCX, or any broker that does not allow market orders in any of the symbol, then this particular strategy may not work, because broker, whenever you send an order, market order may not execute. I think there are a lot of brokers have restriction on MCX with regard to market orders, so they ask you to place a limit order. So maybe in the future, we could probably give a limit order option with the offset. So maybe you can place a limit order on the buy side instead of placing a market order. You can place a buy order with the 1% higher as a limit price. So this way you could probably execute a trade in MCX as well. But whatever the best price, you will get the same price, so you don't have to worry about slippages. But yes, due to the restriction from the broker side, some of these orders may not work, if uh, especially in the case where the broker do not provide market order for any particular symbol. So market is moving in a range right now. Okay, let's exit this particular trade, take profit lower. Okay. So the trade got executed. Now let's move on to another strategy, which is again a candle breakout strategy, but that allows you to trade in different symbols. So based on a particular symbol, you can trade in the other symbols. Say, for example, if you're trading, you can look at the Bank Nifty chart and trade in the stocks, or you can look at the spot Nifty chart or spot Bank Nifty chart and trade in options. So let's discuss that option here now. So for that, we are using a strategy, same QTA candle breakout advanced strategy. Okay. So in this, I have multiple options here. So a lot of other parameters that we discussed earlier will remain the same. Trade breakout on the upside, downside, quantity selection, time selection, stop loss, take profit parameters all remains the same. But then there are other options are available. There is a single symbol option, which means you will be selecting a particular chart but trading in a different symbol. Say, for example, I'm selecting a spot Nifty chart and I want to trade, say, HDFC or Reliance, for example. I can do that. Okay. So I'm showing you all the examples. So I will use both the option up breakout. What I want to do. So if the market breaks upside, what I want to do. If a market breaks downside, again, whether I want to buy or sell. So I have the option of doing whatever I want. I can do both side buying or both side selling, or you can, based on this candle breakout, I can do either side of the trade. So let's say for this particular example, I'm taking up breakout as buy and down breakout as sell. And quantity, I'm selecting only two quantities. Just want to show the example how exactly this works. So again, I'm taking say 5 points as stop loss. I'll use the trailing 5 points as take profit. Okay. So again, I'm selecting a particular single symbol option, selecting a trading symbol. So this is important that you need to select a particular symbol. On up breakout, I will be buying the symbol Reliance, 2 shares. And on a down breakout, I'm selling the 2 shares of Reliance. But I do have the option of buying or selling whatever I want to do. Okay. So I'll come back to that later, why we have this particular option. Now let's go and select a particular candle. So let's use this candle. The process remains the same. I have to use control key. And you can see that strategy manager is working here. Let's put the chart of Reliance here. So you can see the trade took place now on the downside, 2 shares. And all the parameters that you see of that particular strategy based on the parameters that we set is 3 points take profit, the 3 points stop loss, and it will continue to trail based on that. So you can see what exactly is happening with this strategy here. Karthik has a question: is this a paid add-on? Yes, it's a paid add-on. But this paid add-on will work with the free version as well. So there is if you have an account with any brokers where you're using a free version of Quanthour, like say 5paisa, Fires, or any Symphony supported brokers, but you're not paying anything for the advanced version or advanced features of the Quanthour. You can simply buy the paid add-on and then you can use these strategies to trade and execute. So let's say again I will start moving my stop take profit higher and exit this strategy so that I can show more other examples. Yes, we have examples. We have videos on every broker integration. So you can just go to our playlist in Quanthour YouTube channel, and there are broker connection playlist, and you can check how to connect to any broker. So yeah, so my take profit hit, and I exited this particular trade. So now let's look at since again, as I told you, I selected both the sides, so strategy is still working. So if the market breaks on the upside, it will execute another trade on the upside as well. So let me stop the strategy for the time being. So you have to remember this, that if at all you're trading on the both the sides, the strategy will continue to work. Okay, so now let's go and use the other example. There's an option single symbol with the option mode. So you can use this option. So you can trade on the call option or and buy and sell if you want to do it. So if you are a buyer or seller, both the sides, so you can trade a particular symbol. So you can decide the strike. So first you need to select the single symbol option mode. You have to select the expiry date. This is very important. So if you're trading Nifty, you'll have to select the next expiry, which is 29th of August. Whether you want to trade call option or put option, it depends on that. So you need to decide that. So if you want, since if you are selecting put option, for example, okay, on a breakout of upside, you want to sell that particular put. So you'll have to select the quantity, and on a up breakout, you'll have to select sell, right? Because you want to do a bullish trade. So but in this particular case, I'm selecting only the buy option here. So on a breakout of downside, I would buy the put option. So here we have the option trading symbol strike. What does this mean? That if you put it as 0, it will take a trade at the money strike. Okay. If you put it as 1, it will take one strike out of the money. If you put 2, it will take two strike out of the money. You can put -1, which means one strike in the money. So let's do a trade on the uh, call option for the time being. Okay, I will select call option at the money. I will not put this anything. At the money strike is 24,800, and I will do a buy call. Quantity I select is 1. I'm not selecting the down breakout. I'm selecting the time as it is. So all other parameters of percentage, top, take profit, everything will remain the same. So if I want trailing, I can enable it. Okay. So what I've selected single symbol with option mode. I've selected the expiry of that particular symbol. So then I've selected, in this case, you'll have to use it on a spot Nifty chart because the underlier is spot. So you'll have to use spot symbol. If you're doing in cash market, I mean options in stocks also, you'll have to use the cash market symbol. If you're trading in index, you'll have to use the spot index symbols. So I'm selecting call option at the money strike, buy on a upside breakout. I'm not selecting downside anything. And then I've selected the quantity, time, percentage as stop loss. I've enabled the trailing percentage as take profit. And now I select the candle. So let's say I select this candle. The candle is selected and it's highlighted here. Strategy is working. So if I do not want to use this particular candle and I want to switch, I click on Alt key and click here, and the candle is unselected. So now I can go and select this candle using the Control key. So now the trade has taken place. So let's see. So you can see that the trade has taken. So why it took a 850 strike? Because it was closest to the 850. So whichever side it is closest, it will take the at the money strike from that level. So it took a trade in 24,850 call option on the buy side and automatically put the stop loss and take profit based on the parameters. The cost of this particular add-on is 1,000 rupees. Currently, we are already having an offer, which is 30. If you go for a yearly subscription, it is 30%. And then I will share a code at the end of this webinar so that you can get additional discount for the next 7 days if you subscribe within the next 7 days. So let's exit this particular trade so that I can show another example. So I'll just move my stop loss and take profit closer to the price. So, okay, my trade got executed. Now you can see that since I've already used this particular strategy only for one side of the direction, so the strategy stopped. Earlier in the previous example that I showed earlier, the strategy was for both the side of the trade. So strategy was still working when one was exited. In this particular case, the strategy stopped because I used only one side of the direction. Okay, so let's disable the strategy right now and go back to another example. So I go here. In this, there is an option, two symbols option as well. So you can select two different symbols for buying as well as selling. Okay, so you can do that as well. So in this case, you're selecting the symbol, whichever the symbol where you're putting the stop strategy. And then you can select one symbol for upside breakout and one symbol for downside breakout. And again, you can select the parameter, whether you want to buy on the upside. So let's say I select, for example, let's try and do this example as well. So say HDFC Bank for upside breakout and say ICICI Bank for a downside breakout. So I will on an upside breakout, I will buy. I can do anything, I can buy or sell, but for the upside breakout, I buy, and downside breakout, I sell ICICI Bank. I select one quantity here. And then time will remain the same. Stop loss, again, we will do 2 point stop loss, 2 point take profit. I will enable trailing. So let me revise the strategy details. So two symbols. I'm selecting one symbol for up breakout, one symbol for down breakout. Whichever direction I would like to take this particular trade. I select the quantity, time, stop loss parameters. In this case, points with 2 points stop loss. Trailing I have enabled. Take profit with 2 point take profit. So now let's go and select a candle. Say for example, I select this candle. So now if on a breakout of downside, it will sell the ICICI Bank, and if the market breaks on the upside, it will buy the HDFC Bank. Let's see what happens. You cannot use future as a reference and trade in options. The reason is that the underlier symbol is mainly based on the spot. So the chart has to be a spot chart. So now you can see that it took a trade in ICICI Bank because I selected on a down breakout. I should be entering a sell trade on the in ICICI Bank with one quantity. So now if I go and see the parameters here with the 2 point take profit and 2 point stop loss, the trade is entered. Anyway, let's exit this particular trade as well so that I can show another example. Okay, now let's go back to the another example where I will see, since again in this case I had selected both the direction, the strategy is still working. So I'll stop the strategy. Now I'll go back to the parameters again and I will change it to two symbols option mode. Okay. Now, what will happen in this case on a breakout of any candle, you can give the option of taking a trade in call option or put option, either on a buy side or a sell side. So let's do option buying here with two symbols. So I first go and select the two symbol option mode and select the expiry date. For the call option, I will buy the call option on a breakout of upside with one quantity. Sorry, at the money strike, or maybe let's say one strike out of the money. Let's look at that example as well. Again, select the strike expiry date. I can select a next expiry or a monthly expiry for as well, so there is no restriction. So again, in this case, I'll do put option. Again, one strike out of the money. Here I have the option of what I want to do with the up breakout and down breakout. In both the cases, I'm selecting. So first option is call option, out of one strike out of the money, I'm buying. And on the put option, one strike out of the money, I am buying here. Okay. Quantity is one lot. Take profit in the, let's put in percentage, say 10%. And I will keep the trailing, take profit in percent again, or maybe we'll put in points, say 5 points or 10 points as take profit. And let's select a candle. So as I said, I can select any candle in the past. So it is not necessary that I have to select only this candle or any previous candles. I can go and select any candle in the past. So I've selected this candle now. And strategy is working. So on a breakout downside, it should buy the put option with one strike out of the money. So it has already did a trade now. You can see that it has entered an option trade of 24,750. So currently the at the money strike is at 800, and has taken a one strike out of the money trade with the stop loss take profit parameters that we set. Initially, it put a stop loss at 76.1. As and when the market started moving, it has started trailing to 77.20 right now. So I'll move my take profit lower so that I can exit this particular trade. And then we can have a Q&A session. So Monday we are going to have the session again on this particular strategy. In that session, I'll be taking up the another strategy which is called pattern breakout strategy. In that pattern breakout, there are multiple options available based on trend line breakout, triangle, horizontal line, then your channel breakout as well as range breakout. So, we will upload this video today, and then we will have another session on Monday at same time 11 o'clock with the pattern breakout strategy, and then Tuesday on range breakout as well as watch list based strategies. So there are multiple strategies are available under this particular license. So now I want to show on the, if at all a market, I will exit this particular trade quickly because I want to show the other side of the trade as well. So if the market breaks on, now that we have selected both the sides, if the market breaks on the upside, it will also do a buy trade in the call option as well. Okay. So let's see whether that happens. Because now I do not have any position, it will take a trade on the other side as well. Currently, it trades only the individual symbols, not or not option strategy symbols. So it cannot do a bull call spread directly. So you see, you can executed a trade now on the other side. So this will be on the call option. It bought a 24,850 call. Okay, because market touched the upside of the candle and it bought. So yeah, now I'm ready to take up your questions. In case you have any questions, you can raise your hand.
And also, how much for yearly subscription for this?
So right now the strategy is actually strategy price, monthly price is 1,000 rupees. Okay. We already have a 30% discount on yearly plans. And on top of that, I will be sharing you a code, discount code, okay, at the end of this webinar, so that you can use it and buy that for get additional 25% discount.
Actually, how many strategies available at the moment?
Okay, so there are multiple strategies. There are multiple strategies. So because of the time and everybody has to digest to the information that I shared today.
Yeah.
So it is important that I conduct a webinar only on a couple of strategies. So you can see if I search for QTA, so you will find multiple strategies here. So one is the candle breakout strategy and candle breakout advance, which we covered this today. Okay. So the next one we are going to cover is the candle breakout. It is not candle breakout, it is pattern breakout strategy. So in this, you can create a chart pattern on your chart. Okay. And based on those patterns, the trade will execute. The execution methodology will be almost same as we discussed today. Okay. Instead of candle, it will use the pattern. So patterns can be your trend line, your the horizontal line, particular range. You can even place order based on triangle breakout as well as channel breakout. So all the five patterns that we're going to showcase everything in the next webinar that is going to be on Monday at 11 a.m. Again, it will do the same things in terms of execution. So if in the pattern breakout strategy, it will trade only the symbol that you selected. Whereas in the case of advanced strategy, it will trade with multiple options. So like we did in options or in two different symbols and all those options. So rest of the things will remain the same. Then we have non-visual strategies which work from strategies manager. Okay. So here you can see the strategies where I'll search for QTA. You have range breakout, advance and range breakout strategy. So again, the concept of execution will remain the same. In a range breakout strategy, you will trade only the symbol that you selected. And in the case of range breakout advance, you will have multiple options. Okay. Now here, when I say range, you can select the opening range in advance. Right? Say, for example, you want to trade this particular strategy for a particular symbol. Okay. From for on a candle breakout or a range breakout between 9:15 to 9:30. So 9:15 to 9:30, you've set a time. whatever the high low it takes, and then it executes a trade in whatever symbol that you want. Okay. Then there is a watch list strategy where you can add, say, what will happen is that many a times you would have finalized some symbols that you want to trade on the upside and downside. You would have done scan certain symbols and you created your watch list. Okay. So let's say you've narrowed down five symbols that are likely to go up and five symbols that are likely to go down. Okay, this you can use it in the cash market by deploying a certain amount of capital. So let's say you want to trade two symbols whenever they break on the upside and two symbols whenever they break on the downside by deploying 1 lakh rupees each for this particular strategy. So you need 4 lakh capital. Okay, or any capital. I'm not saying there is a specific amount that you need to use, but I'm just giving an example. Suppose you want to deploy 4 lakh capital. Automatically, the moment you select a capital, so if you select only 2 lakh rupees and it automatic and you selected two on the upside, three on the downside. Okay. So what will happen? It will deploy 40,000 each for each symbol. So whichever two symbols break on the upside, it will execute a trade on the buy side. And whichever three symbols first they break on the downside, it will execute a trade on the downside and it will manage the stop loss, take profit parameters that you set. Okay, so these are the strategies that are available that you can make use of it. So we will do that probably on Tuesday. So the next webinar on Monday, we will be having a webinar on the pattern breakout. And Tuesday, we will cover the range as well as the watch list based strategy.
सर मुझे ये बोलना है कि एक तो ये एसल ट्वेलिंग वाला जो प्रीवियस कैंडल हाई लो वाला है ना, ट्वेलिंग में क्या करता है कि मतलब मैंने ये समझा कि मतलब प्रीवियस कैंडल का वो हाई और लो वो ट्वेल करता जाएगा, लेकिन वो खाली फर्स्ट टाइम प्रीवियस कैंडल का लो हाई लो पे वो करता है, ट्वेल रखता है, और बाद में फिर ऑटोमेटिक अपने हिसाब से वो तो ट्वेल होने लगता है।
नहीं, ट्रेलिंग क्या होता है कि करेक्ट, जो ट्रेलिंग का मेथोडोलॉजी है वो कैंडल का बेसिस पे नहीं है। ओके, आपका इनिशियली जो आप जो स्टॉप डालोगे वो कैंडल बेसिस पे है। ओके, उसके बाद जैसे ही आपका टिक फेवर में आता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो ट्रेल करता जाएगा। समझ लीजिए आपने आपका प्रीवियस कैंडल लो वाज 95 एंड आपने आपका एंट्री 100 पे है। ओके, अगर वो 99 पे जाएगा तो आपका स्टॉप लॉस 95 पे ही रहेगा। ओके, बट अगर वो 100.05 जाएगा तो आपका स्टॉप लॉस 95.05 जाएगा। वैसा अब जैसे ही वो स्ट्रैटेजी आपके फेवर ट्रेड आपके फेवर में आ जाता है तो उस बेसिस पे वो ट्रेल करता है। अभी के लिए वो
ऐसा
उस हिसाब से
ऐसा नहीं
करता
कर
है।
सकते क्या कि प्रीवियस कैंडल का जैसा वो करता जाए वो 12 हाई लो?
फिलहाल वो ऑप्शन अवेलेबल नहीं है, बट वी कैन प्रोबेबली we'll ask the developer who developed this particular strategy to look into that option as well.
ओके सर, और सर एक ये इसका भी आप बोल देंगे, ये जो ऑर्डर लगाने का जो पैनल है ना,
हम्म।
और ये इसमें जैसा प्लेसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी है वो भी सेव नहीं हो रहा है।
कौन सी वाली बोल रहे हो? ये ऑर्डर प्लेसिंग स्ट्रैटेजी?
हाँ।
नहीं, ऑर्डर प्लेसिंग स्ट्रैटेजीज जो है उसको आपको एज अ टेम्पलेट सेव करना पड़ता है। ऑर्डर टेम्पलेट, सेव ऑर्डर टेम्पलेट।
सर मैंने किया, नहीं हो रहा है सर।
सो हमें मैसेज कीजिए, ये सेव होता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, हमें पता है। ओके, आपको
अच्छा।
ऑर्डर टेम्पलेट अभी हमें हमें व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज कीजिए, हम इसको देखेंगे।
ओके, ठीक है, थैंक यू।
ओके। ओके, सोनू कुमार। सोनू कुमार।
हेलो। हेलो
हाँ जी।
सर, मुझे इसमें एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था
हाँ,
कि
बताइए।
इसमें कंटिन्यूशन, रिवर्सल और रिट्रेसमेंट ये कैसे प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हैं इसमें?
मैं समझा नहीं आप क्या बोल रहे हो। ये
जैसे
ये
एक चार्ट
वेबिनार
में
स्ट्रैटेजी के बारे में नहीं, ये एग्जीक्यूशन के बारे में, एक ऐसे स्ट्रैटेजी यूज होता है। इसको आप कैसा यूज करना है आपकी स्ट्रैटेजीज, मतलब आप, मैं समझा नहीं आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है।
अच्छा, एग्जीक्यूशन के बारे में ये नहीं है, ये चार्ट काउंट आवर के बारे में ही
ये
या मतलब
डिसीजन
इसमें?
मेकिंग के बारे में नहीं है। डिसीजन आप सी, मैंने एक डिसीजन मेकिंग के लिए आपको एक एडवांटेज, एक आइडिया बताया इसमें कि आप एक एक सेकंड में आपको, नहीं, ये कैंडल ब्रेकआउट का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या होता है, वो क्यों हम ब्रेकआउट स्ट्रैटेजी को यूज कर सकते हैं और किस पर्पस के लिए हम यूज कर सकते हैं। सो कोई भी आप कैंडल लेते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर इस इनसाइड बार होता है फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, ये इनसाइड बार इंडिकेटर जो है वो आइडेंटिफाई करता है कि कौन सा मार्केट इनसाइड बार था, ये बराबर है, ये इनसाइड बार था, ओके। जब ये मार्केट नीचे गया तो इनसाइड बार हो गया। इसमें अगर आप ट्रेड करते हो, आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस यूजिंग कैंडल ब्रेकआउट विल बी हाई। ये यही मैं बता सकता हूँ, इसमें गलत भी हो सकते हो आप, बट इसके प्रोबेबिलिटी ज्यादा होते हैं। जब ये मार्केट कंटिन्यूअसली ऊपर चला गया एक साइडेड, ओके, और नया हाई करने के बाद जो कैंडल बनता है, इनसाइड बार बनता है, ओके, इसमें आपकी रिस्क बहुत कम रहेगी। अगर आप इसी कैंडल का हाई लो एज अ स्टॉप लॉस लेते हो तो ओके, इसमें आपकी रिस्क बहुत कम रहेगी और आपका एग्जिट अच्छा रहेगा। टेक प्रॉफिट जो जो मिलेगा वन साइडेड मूव से, आपको बड़ा मूव रहेगा। तो एक मैं आपको एक बता रहा हूं कि ये स्ट्रैटेजी को कैसा यूज कर सकते हो। सिमिलरली और एक इंडिकेटर दिया हुआ है इधर, कैंडल आइडेंटिफायर। ये क्या करता है, जो आपने पैरामीटर आपने सेट किया है, समझ लीजिए आप कोई भी स्टॉक लेते हैं, ओके, और जिसमें बहुत छोटा साइज का टिक बनती है, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स यूज स्टॉक एक्चुअली, से रिलायंस ले लेते हैं। समझ लीजिए इसमें 0.1 का एक कैंडल बनी है, 0.1% की कैंडल बनी है, ओके। कोई भी इंटरवल ले लीजिए, आप बड़ा इंटरवल ही ले लीजिए, शायद दैट इज बेटर। 15 मिनट का इंटरवल में अगर कोई छोटा से छोटा ट्रेड कैंडल बना है, तो इसके ब्रेकआउट पे ये ट्रेड जो है वन साइडेड जाने के चांसेस ज्यादा हो, क्योंकि मार्केट को किधर ना किधर जाना है, एक या तो ऊपर जाना है, नीचे जाना है। और ये छोटा कैंडल आइडेंटिफाई करके ऑटोमेटिकली ट्रेड करना आपके लिए इजी इजी हो जाए। तो ये आप कैंडल आइडेंटिफायर इंडिकेटर डाल के आपको बहुत सारे कैंडल्स मिल जाएंगे। तो आपका जो भी जितना छोटा कैंडल आपको चाहिए वो डाल के आप रख सकते हो। अगर आप 0.05% की चाहिए, क्योंकि आपके रिस्क खाली 0.05 या 0.1% होगी। अगर आप कैंडल इसी कैंडल का हाई लो ले लेते हैं, तो आपकी रिस्क कितनी होगी, 0.1% ही होगी, करेक्ट। बट जब भी मार्केट वन साइडेड मूव करेगा, आपको 1%, 2%, 3% भी मूव मिल सकता है। देखिए अगर ये कैंडल है फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, डाउन साइड पे आपका ट्रेड अप साइड पे एग्जीक्यूट होता, आपका स्टॉप हिट होता, डाउन साइड पे ट्रेड होता, तो आप इतना मूवमेंट आ जाता, आपका रिस्क कितना था, 0.1% का रिस्क था, बराबर है। तो
यस।
ये आप इसको ऐसा यूज कर सकते हो। तो आपको कैंडल आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए हमने ऑलरेडी एक इंडिकेटर दिया हुआ है इधर, ओके। या तो आप इनसाइड बार यूज कर सकते हो, या आप कैंडल आइडेंटिफायर का एक परसेंटेज डाल के यूज कर सकते हो। मार्केट को, कोई भी मार्केट एक एक छोटे से छोटे रेंज पे हमेशा नहीं रह सकती। मार्केट को मूवमेंट करना ही है वन साइड, ओके। तो आप दोनों तरफ ट्रेड कर सकते हो, एक साइड आपका स्टॉप हिट होगा, दूसरी तरफ मार्केट अगर मूव करेगा तो आपको उसमें प्रॉफिट आएगा। आप इसको पहला प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो, कैंडल आइडेंटिफायर या कोई भी इंडिकेटर डाल के, या इनसाइड बार का इंडिकेटर डाल के आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटीज चेक कर सकते हो। इवन इनसाइड बार में भी बहुत सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको मिल जाते हैं जब भी मार्केट हाई लो कर। ऐसा नहीं कि हर एक इनसाइड बार को आप ट्रेड करना है। जब भी मार्केट नया हाई बनाता है, तो उसमें चांसेस, या नया लो बनाता है और उसके बाद का जो कैंडल होती है, अगर वो कैंडल आपको ज्यादा प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, आपका रिस्क रिवॉर्ड जो है वो आपको अच्छा देगी। I do not see any more questions. So thank you all for attending this webinar. As I told you earlier, I will be sharing you a code for the discount. So you can use the code QTA25 until the end of this month, that is 31st of August, to avail 25% discount on quantitative algo license. And again, we will join again on Monday at 11 a.m. To discuss two more strategies and do some trades based on them.